Do all religions lead to God? You've probably heard this. All religions are basically the same. As long as you're sincere, it all leads to God. You know, it sounds kind. It actually sounds tolerant. Oh, it sounds peaceful. But here's the problem. Sincerity doesn't turn a lie to the truth, and good intentions don't change reality. Did you all know that arsenic and aspirin both come in the form of a small white pill? Yeah, they basically look identical. But if you have a migraine and you need some medicine, and here I come offering you these two small white pills, nearly identical pills, I bet it's not their similarities that you care about. You immediately want to know what's the difference, especially when one can heal you and the other can kill you. See, when eternity is at stake, it's not the similarities that matters most. It's the differences. Because when your soul is on the line, as the psalmist said, Brandy, y'all know her, almost doesn't count. Listen, if you're ready for another thought-provoking conversation, go ahead and subscribe and share this with someone who might have these same questions. Welcome to Why We Believe TV. I'm Minister Kinite Ledbetter, and I'm so glad you're here for another weekly dose of apologetics and gospel truth. If you're new to this channel, this platform is dedicated to defending the Christian faith, also known as apologetics. So like I said before, the question for today is, do all religions lead to God? See, people say all religions basically teach the same thing. Be a good person, love others, do your best. Now, on the surface, that really honestly sounds true. And honestly, many religions do share some moral overlap. Don't steal, don't lie, be kind, help others. But here's where we have to slow down and think. Morals might look similar, but the message about God, truth, and salvation are radically different. Some religions say God is an impersonal force. Others say there are millions of God. Another one says you are God and just need to awaken it. Then here comes Christianity that says there is one personal, holy God who created you, loves you, and will judge the world in righteousness. Those are not small claims or differences. Those are opposite claims that cannot all be true at the same time and in the same way. Listen, all religions can be wrong, but they can't all be right because they contradict each other at the very core. So let's go back to that whole pill analogy I gave in the beginning. Two small white pills, same size, same shape, same color. One is aspirin and one is arsenic. If I say, don't worry, they're basically the same, man, you look at me like I lost my mind because you know similar appearances doesn't equal same substance. And likewise, language doesn't equal same truth. Don't you know that a half truth is still a whole lie? So religions can use similar words, God, love, heaven, salvation, but mean completely different things. The question isn't, do they look alike? The question is, are they actually true? So it's not the label on the bottle that saves you. It's actually what's inside. Now, I want to give you another example because y'all know I just love to give examples because I just want you guys to take the religious blinders off and like think logically for a minute. So here's my next example. Imagine that you're on a plane, 30,000 feet in the air, and the pilot comes on the intercom and says, we've lost both engines. We're going down. Your only hope is to jump. Now, a flight attendant, she's running frantically down the aisle with two bags that look almost identical, same size, same color, same strap. One is a parachute, the other is just a regular old backpack stuffed with some clothes. Now, imagine she says to you, oh, don't worry about it. All of the bags are basically the same. Just pick whichever one feels right to you. I promise I'm not trying to be funny, but like you just have to apply some intellectual integrity here. Now, you would not just say, well, as long as I'm sincere, It doesn't matter which one I put on. No, in that moment, you don't care about how similar they look. You care about one thing and one thing only. Which one can actually save me when I step outside of this plane? Because once you jump, it's too late to find out you chose a backpack instead of a parachute. And likewise, when you jump off into eternity, I promise you facts trump feelings. All belief systems may look like spiritual bags, but only one is a parachute. See, sincerity doesn't turn a backpack into a parachute and doesn't turn a lie into the truth. So, what sets Christianity apart? There are three core claims that no other religion combines in the same exact way. Number one, Jesus claimed to be God, not just a prophet or a good moral teacher, not just a messenger pointing to the truth. Jesus said, I am the truth. So that's not all path leads to God. That's one door, one way, one savior. Number two, the resurrection. Jesus didn't just die, he rose from the dead. Every religion has a founder, and only Christianity has a founder who predicted his own death and resurrection and then pulled it off. If Jesus is still in the grave, then you know what? Christianity collapses. But if he rose from the grave, that challenges everything. And then we have number three, salvation by grace, not by earning it. Listen, every other system says do more, try harder, climb the ladder. But Christianity says you can't climb high enough. So God came down the ladder to rescue you. Yeah, religion is man reaching up to God, but the gospel is God reaching down to man. But here's the real plot twist to Christianity. Every other belief system gives you a to-do list. Christianity gives you a done list. On the cross, Jesus didn't say, almost finished, now you complete it. He said, it is finished. See, religion says work for approval. Jesus says, I've worked so that you can be approved. Now, of course, we have to address the whole tolerance trap. You know, our culture is so confused. Like, it confuses loving people with agreeing with everything that they believe. You can love someone deeply and still say, I believe you're wrong about God. That's not hate. That's actually honesty. Because real love doesn't just say whatever you believe is fine. Real love says, I care way too much to let you walk off a cliff in the name of tolerance. Now, if all you're talking about is flavors of ice cream, then sure, all choices are basically the same. But we're not talking about ice cream. We're talking about where you came from, why you exist, and what happens when you die. Don't you know that even if you live to be 100 years old, it is going to be but a blink of an eye compared to where you spend an eternity? So if Christianity is true, then there is one God. We are separated from him by our sin, and we cannot save ourselves. Jesus is fully God and fully man, and he rose again, taking our place. And salvation is a gift of faith received by faith and not a trophy earned by effort. And if that's true, then saying all religions are the same is just inaccurate. It isn't even just inaccurate. It's actually dangerous. Now, I heard it said like this. If you put your faith in Jesus and die to find out you're wrong, you've lost nothing. But if you reject Jesus and die to find out you're wrong, you've lost everything for all eternity. So as I wrap this up, here's my challenge. Don't hide behind slogans like all religions are basically the same. If eternity is real, if heaven and hell are real, if Jesus walked out of that tomb, then you owe it to yourself to do more than just repeat a cultural cliche. Study what Jesus actually said. Look at the historical evidence for the resurrection. Compare the message of grace to every earn your way system out there. If you're willing to research a phone before you buy it, but not your eternity before you bet it, that's not open-minded. That is empty-headed. So if you're a believer, this is your moment to lovingly and boldly point people to the one who said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. If you're still exploring, keep watching, keep asking questions. Don't be afraid to follow the evidence, even if it leads you to a narrow door with a Savior's name on it. Remember, every religion hands you advice. Only Jesus hands you a verdict. And you know what that verdict is? paid in full. Okay, that's all I got for y'all. So if this episode challenged you, share it with someone who said all religions are the same. Drop your thoughts and your questions in the comment, and let's wrestle with this one together. And guess what? Don't forget, like, subscribe, and just hit that notification button so you don't miss the next episode of Why We Believe TV, where faith and reason meets on purpose. See y'all next week. Mic check, get the volume up. Mic check, get the volume up. Mic check, get the volume up. Ow! That's my Michael Jackson rendition. Okay, let's get back to it. I'm done. See y'all later.